Wrote this email, which I haven't even read to Mother. It says, "Hi Grandma, I love you and I miss you. I'm jealous Mom gets to be down there so much these days. We haven't really gotten to talk much and I wish I was there in person for this, but I would really love to know more about you and about the life you've had. Would you mind answering a few questions or letting Mom film or record you? Or if it is easier, you can write me a letter. I just don't want to miss out on getting to know you just because the only time I can come visit is during holidays when there are so many people around and all kinds of chaos." So our first question is, what did your parents do?
What did they do?
Yeah.
Well, my mother stayed at home. My father went to the courthouse. He was auditor of the court.
Okay. Did he sit in on...
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
And they just want dumb people to sit on the court, I think.
So do you know what he did as an auditor?
Well, I don't know what he did. He went to work every day.
Okay. All right. What was your mom like?
Well, she was wonderful. My whole life I thought she was wonderful.
What kinds of things did she have to do at home? Like, did you always... Well, you probably would have always had electricity, huh?
No, we always did.
Okay. What was your father like?
He was a good man. Very good.
What did he like to do?
Hunt and fish.
Okay. And so did Grandma too, right?
Well, she pretended to anyway.
So all those old pictures we have of her holding the duck and whatnot wasn't her favorite thing?
It might not have been, but she pretended it was. I don't know.
Okay. All right. How many siblings did you have?
One brother.
Okay. And that was Uncle Sid.
Uh-huh.
And he was younger?
He was 3 years younger.
3 years younger. Did you torment him when he was little?
Oh, I did. I was horrible.
Ben will be happy to hear that.
Ah, that's where it came from.
Yeah, big fast dog.
What do you remember most about your childhood?
Oh, what do I remember most? It was a happy childhood.
Okay. And where were you living?
We lived in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Okay. Now, had your family homesteaded there or not?
2 family homes.
Homesteaded.
Oh, not when he was married to my mother.
Not that, okay. All right.
He homesteaded before that.
Okay. Didn't your mother teach school?
Yes, she did.
Okay, so she didn't stay home all the time.
No, she's taught for 7 years.
Was it in a
Was
one?
she allowed to teach?
Well,
Was she
nobody
allowed to teach after
was
she had
allowed
children?
to teach that was married. No women.
So once you got married, you had to quit teaching?
Yeah, that was it. But she taught for 7 years.
Okay. In a one-room schoolhouse?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And what was that? Didn't she stay in touch with one of her students?
Until he died, yes.
Okay. And he was like an old man when he died, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. All right. Anything else that you remember most about your childhood? Did you have to walk 5 miles in the snow to get to school barefoot?
No, I didn't.
All right. What was high school like?
Sort of so-so.
Sort of so-so?
I was no great student.
All right. Where did you go to high school?
Ask her what she did for fun when she lived in Idaho. Ask her what she did for fun when she was a girl in Idaho.
What did you?
I did for fun.
Yeah, when you still lived in Idaho.
Not much.
Did you hunt and fish?
No, not much.
Did you run around town?
Did you go skate?
No. No, I was a good little girl.
No wonder we could never
Did you
live
ice
up.
skate?
Did you ice skate? Did you ice skate?
No.
No?
I tried it, but I wasn't good at it.
Okay. Did you have any pets?
No.
No?
I always wanted to pick up all the stray cats.
That figures.
That hasn't changed.
Hasn't
Something fits
changed.
there.
Uh-huh. And I did. I'd pick up a stray cat anywhere. And they were all lousy looking, of course.
Did
and
you?
I'd pick one up anywhere, and I would love it.
Did you get to keep them?
No, not usually.
Yeah.
I did have one or two, I guess, that I liked.
Yeah.
Especially my mother let me keep them.
Yeah. Can you remember any of the names of the cats?
No.
Okay. Wondered if they named them different back then. Do you want to tell Caitlin about when your father died or any of that part?
Well, I was 13 when he died. And he died in September. And I was pretty sad because there was no such thing as dialysis in those days.
Yeah.
And you just went until you died.
Was he sick for a long time?
Yes, he was. And
Did you go to the hospital back then or just stayed at home when you got that sick?
no, you stayed at home.
Yeah. All right. And then when did you move from Idaho to, did you move to Spokane and then California?
No, we moved directly down here.
Okay.
My mother married another man.
So how old were you when you moved down here?
Oh, I was about 14.
So about a year later? Okay. How did you and Grandpa meet?
Oh,
We'll get on to happier things.
I just saw him at school, and I liked him.
Was that high school?
Yes, that was my last year of high school.
Did he like you? Or did you have to chase him?
I think he liked me.
You're saying an awful lot of kids if he didn't.
Well, and I've seen pictures of you back then. He would have had to been blind to not like you.
Well, that's what I think.
We put them all over our floor.
Caitlin wants to know if you loved anyone else before him.
No,
He was your first love, huh?
my first and only love.
All right. What was it like when World War II ended?
What was it like?
Yeah. When World
Well, it was pretty exciting.
Where were you when you heard the war was over?
I was in Pomona.
Were you at work or at school, or do you remember the exact moment?
I was at school, I guess.
Okay. Now, how long were you and Grandpa apart during the war?
A year.
A year? Okay. And you got married during the war?
Well,
What's
the war was over.
okay? What's the story on that?
It was about over. He was a commissioned officer in the war.
Okay. Was he still in the Navy when you got married?
Yes.
Okay. When did he ask you to marry him?
Oh my goodness. Well, that's when he was in ROTC. And he went to school at Caltech. And he was there until he graduated. And then he had to go to the whatever that was that they went to.
Like boot camp?
No, it wasn't
Oh.
a boot camp. They were commissioned officers.
Like the whatever ROTC thing they had to do?
And I don't know. It's too long ago.
Okay. Now, when did you move to Santa Barbara? Was that after he left?
Yeah, after he left.
Why don't you tell Caitlin about Santa Barbara?
Not much to say, except I took care of Barbie.
Yeah, cousin Barbara.
Uh-huh.
So, you went to school, right? Went to college.
I went to school, finished school there.
Okay. And you were there with... Did you live with Betty Jean and...
Yeah, Betty Jean and Mary.
Okay. So how many years were you in Santa Barbara?
No, about a year, because he came back in a year.
Okay. So when during that time didn't you took the train to New York?
Well, that was before he left. Because he went to Columbia also.
Okay.
And that was in between. That was when he was still getting his commission.
Okay.
And he was in between being an officer and not being.
Okay. So at the end of the war?
Oh, we were. At the end of the war, we were.
Okay. And you took the train by yourself
Yeah.
back east?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got married while you were back there?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about that?
Oh, I had a whole bunch of kids.
All right. Well, would you do it over again?
Yes, I would do
Okay.
every one of them over again.
All right. We're in luck then. Okay. Yeah. Phew. What do you like about how the world has changed since you were little?
It's nothing like it was.
Is there anything that you like about it?
Oh, a few things.
Like what?
Well, all our expensive things, our internets and our telephones and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Whether we've improved in a whole lot, I don't know.
Okay. Now, when you were little, a car?
Yeah, we always had a car.
You always had a car. Okay.
They weren't much like cars are now, though.
Right. Not like Mustangs.
No, they weren't like my real Mustang. Even the Mustangs weren't so great then.
Yeah. What do you not like about how the world has changed?
Well, just in general, and all our wars and whatnot, we can't stay away from.
Yeah.
I personally like what I did and do.
Okay. It's just the rest of the world.
The rest of the world is okay.
All right. Do you have any regrets in life? And what would you do? Would you do anything differently?
No, I have no regrets because I had a good husband and good kids.
Okay.
And I would keep all that just the same.
Okay. We're in luck again, Ken. What would you go?
All the trouble you've caused.
Except for those two middle ones that were on nothing but trouble.
Yeah. What would you go back and experience again if you could?
Well, my whole life, I guess, up until my husband died.
Well, it's not many people that can say that they would go back and live their whole life again.
No, I'm sure there aren't.
All right. What is your favorite memory?
I've got lots of them.
No, just tell us a couple.
Oh,
And it can't be about your cats.
well, it is now. If it isn't about my cats, let's see what.
Like any vacations or any family moments?
Oh, all kinds of vacations. We did the United States pretty well.
Yeah. You want to tell Caitlin about when you had a scorpion in your bed in New Mexico?
Well, I don't really brag about that, but I did have. But he wasn't the poisonous kind.
Is there any kind that's not poisonous?
No, he was less poisonous than
Less
some.
poisonous. Okay. All right. How about any other back to favorite memories?
Favorite memories. I have lots of favorite memories.
Well, what's the first one you think of? It's okay. We know David was your favorite.
Well, the last one always is.
Yeah. Any good memories you want to share?
No, they're all good memories.
Okay. Then she wants to know, what was the happiest day or night of your life?
Oh, I had a few.
Yeah, that's kind of personal, that one.
It wasn't my wedding day or anything like that, I don't think.
It wasn't.
No.
Okay. So when you were stuck at home raising 5 kids?
Stuck at home? I didn't ever feel that I was stuck at home.
Okay.
I enjoyed my kids.
Well, good. So anything else on the happiest day of your life? Or days? Or
Days.
examples?
Lots of examples. Oh, I was pretty happy the day that Dave was born,
Yeah.
even though I didn't expect him.
You knew you'd have somebody to take the trash out when you were 90, the day he was born.
That's true.
All right.
Don't tell Dave now knows what his purpose in life is, huh?
Yeah.
Poor Dave.
Well, we'll just say it was to make Mother happy. All right. She wants to know, what was the saddest day or night of your life?
Oh, I've had a few sad days. I was pretty sad when your father died.
Yeah. That was one of the saddest days of my life.
Well, it wasn't mine, too.
Yeah. Let's move off of that one. What was the most significant event in your life?
Oh, I don't know that I had anything in particular.
Okay. What inventions were the most interesting that happened during your life?
Oh, my.
Or maybe that made the biggest impact on you?
Big washing machine, I'll bet.
Well, that was... Cars were something that were of major interest, I think.
Yeah. All right. How about the dishwasher or the big washing machine
Oh, yeah.
and the
Yeah.
dryer?
Oh, everything I've got now.
I remember when the microwave came out and Sid got one and you thought it was pretty silly.
It was.
Like you thought those weren't going to stick around.
No. Now it's the only thing I can use. Except I can't use my new one.
Well, you just have to learn which buttons to push. All right. Any other comments about inventions? Okay. When did you take your first airplane flight?
Oh my, that was so long ago, I can't tell.
Do you remember how old you were?
Well, I was married, well married, and I can't really exactly. But you kept going on flights all the time, and I kept thinking, oh, if I could just go.
Oh, so I flew before you did.
Yes, you did.
Okay, and I was 15 when I first went on an airplane.
Uh-huh. But shortly after that, I at least got myself up to Oregon and places like that.
Yeah. Okay, you figured if I survived it, you could try.
That's right, but my two big trips were to Australia and to England.
Mm-hmm. You want to say anything about those?
Well, they were wonderful trips, especially the one to Australia.
Well, and we know why that was wonderful. And it wasn't Ken.
He was still kind of an ornery thing then.
Kangaroos.
It was the kangaroos. Or maybe it was baby Jody.
Baby Jody. I can still see her as a baby.
Yeah. All right. What is the weirdest food you've ever eaten? Caitlin must have stayed up late to think up these questions.
She was hungry.
The weirdest food.
Yeah.
Oh, I ate. Maybe alligator once, and I ate those horrible little things that they make in Australia that you can't even eat.
The little meat pies?
Those little meat pies.
Not even the Vegemite?
Not even the Vegemite. Well, it won't improve my bit.
All right. You heard it here. All right. Is there somewhere in the world you've always wanted to go but never got the chance to go to?
Oh, I don't know where that would have been. I always went everywhere I went and wanted to. I didn't have time to go anywhere else.
Okay. Who were some of your best friends and what were they like?
Well, I still have a best friend who lives in Isla Vista. And I saw her on her 90th birthday.
And you were friends in high school?
Uh-huh, we were. And we kept in touch ever since.
What's her name?
Evie. Well, I know what it is. I always called her Evie, but she does have a last name.
She has a last name. That's all right. It was Evie. All right. How about any other friends?
They all died before I could contact them, I guess.
You mean in recent years?
Uh-huh.
Well, but who were some in the past? This is Caitlin that's asking this.
Oh, boy.
Like Tom and Faye and Clyde and Ruth?
Well, Clyde, of course, just recently died. And Ruth is still with us. But Tom died a long time ago,
Yeah.
18 years ago.
But what were they like when you guys were young? What was that group you were in? The hobby horse? Not hobby horse.
Well, we call it the hobby shop.
Hobby shop.
We had a great time. did it every Saturday night. And
What did you guys do? So Caitlin will know. What did you guys do on Saturday nights with the hobby shoppers?
well, we attempted to do things. The men all did shop work, and the women did other things. Mended their kids' clothes, I guess.
So shop work, you mean they made things, right?
Oh, Clyde made, and Tom made wonderful things.
And Dad?
Well, Dad wasn't quite so much that way.
Okay.
But Tom especially, and he did beautiful work. Like that, clock he made. Actually, he made a smaller one too. But he made that, and it was a beautiful clock.
Is that the grandfather clock?
Yes, it is.
I remember that.
In fact, Faye still has it.
All right. Next question. What's something really funny that's happened to you or that you've seen?
Really funny. Can't think of a thing.
Nothing funny. All these years and nothing funny.
Nothing funny.
All right.
That's funny itself.
I'm running out of words.
Well, and I just ran out of questions.
Oh, well, that's good.
So we'll open the floor to questions.
I don't want to open the floor to any more questions.
What else do we know about Mother that the kids might want to know someday?
You asked a few questions that I didn't know the answer to, like when she went to Santa Barbara and that sort of thing. So.
Yeah. So you lived in Coeur d'Alene, and then Pomona, and then Santa Barbara, and then back to Pomona, and then West Covina. When did you move to West Covina? Did you have any kids yet?
No. No kids.
Okay.
And then we moved here so long ago I can't remember either.
I think we moved here in 1960.
And it was 60 or 61.
You want to say anything about building this house? Did you help design it?
I was going to ask,
Yeah, we designed it. We didn't build it, but we designed it.
What, Ken?
I was going to ask her what other.
That was before Dave,
What other-
so
Yes, it was.
Dave had no help in designing it.
Oh.
An old
What,
wild child has gone to sleep.
why they picked
Why they picked... I didn't hear your question.
that lot, or where else might have we lived?
Oh, yeah, why did you pick this lot?
Why did they pick that?
Oh, I don't know. It just sort of was the last one left, I thought.
So there wasn't much to choose from up here?
No, there wasn't too much. Although they built a lot of houses afterward.
Yeah.
But there wasn't, we thought there wasn't too much. But we liked what we got.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Didn't get much better than that.
Yeah, what made you want to live where you had an acre and not just in a city house?
That's right, and I've always loved it.
Was that your idea or Dad's?
Oh, no,
Oh, I don't know, I suppose it was mine.
I know the answer to that.
You
needed
did?
somewhere to stash the cat.
You needed somewhere to stash the
So you have
cats.
someone to tell you for working.
I don't have that many cats. I've only got 4.
I'm just joking.
And I've got to keep it down to 4.
Yeah. Either that or Dave will leave home.
That's right.
All right.
I think he's getting sleepy.
Yeah. You know, we weren't sure, you know, we changed our clocks to daylight savings time. Oh, what, 4 days ago.
Oh,
Oh, no.
So
So
Dave was the one
an
that,
hour for it.
yeah, so Dave was the one that figured out, no, you'd be calling at 9, and I kept saying, no, it would be at 7, and Dave's like, no, it would be at 9. He was right.
Well, we thought it was 6.
But
No, I
yeah,
didn't realize it was so early.
it
Was
changed,
that just last week?
yeah, and it just changed a few years ago. They've added like 3 weeks in the spring and an extra week in the fall. Don't know why, but
Yeah.
I like it lighter later in the evening.
Yeah, most of us
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. So,
No, I didn't even think to check that because I just thought it was the end of March when it changed.
yeah. So, but we
But
went
you're playing Sydney in a couple of weeks, Mel?
catch a plane to Sydney. Is that what you said? You want me to put her on a plane to Sydney?
No, she gonna put the Dodgers. No, the Dodgers are playing in Sydney. Their first games this year.
Yeah, it's quite a stir over
They're playing
there.
Arizona in Sydney.
Really? Somebody wanted a vacation.
Yeah,
Is it going to be televised here?
but I think it's a real game.
Okay.
Well, we thought we would be that far down the road by then, but we're not yet. We won't be there.
You're going to miss it.